Lesson 2. Getting Started. There's no time like the present. In this lesson, Bill O'Neill discusses the first steps to investing, such as finding a broker, how much money it takes, and what types of investments you should focus on if you're just getting started. Are some times better than others to start investing?
Any time is the right time. It takes most people a couple of years to really understand and learn to invest successfully, so it's important to get started in order to get the learning curve underway. You shouldn't wait until you get the perfect job or reach a certain age. You'll find that with a bit of courage, preparation, and determination, it can be well worth it.
What do you do first?
You open an account with a brokerage firm. It's very simple, much like opening an account at a bank. It boils down to filling out a few forms. Don't be afraid to ask questions. First, decide whether you'll go with a full-service broker or a discount firm. If you're a new investor, a full-service brokerage might help in your education, since you'll have a broker who may be able to answer your questions. It's important to know, however, that not all brokers do well in the market, so selecting a good one is critical. I'd suggest that you speak to the office manager. Explain you are interested in opening an account but want to focus on brokers who have made money in their own accounts as well as for the majority of their clients. Find out something about the stockbroker you're considering, what books they've read, what services they follow, where they get their information, and what their general investment philosophy is. It is important to know that their data sources are of high quality. Do they subscribe to Investors Business Daily? Also, are the brokers promoting their firm's new products, or are they truly interested in what products are right for you? You want to make sure you're getting the best representation you can. If you opt for a discount brokerage, I would not seek out the one with the absolute lowest commissions, the amount a firm charges per trade. You want service and quality from a firm that's likely to stay in business for many years.
Are there different types of accounts?
I'd suggest opening a cash account at first, and then after a few years of experience, consider a margin account that lets you borrow money from your broker.
Then what?
Plan to spend at least several hours each week keeping track of your investments and the market. Also, be very careful when listening to other people and their advice. Most of it will be nothing more than personal opinion and is probably faulty. You should subscribe to a chart service and learn to read charts. They merely lay out facts for you, not opinions. Lessons 9, 10, and 11 cover how to read charts.
What types of investments should be avoided?
Being a new investor, you should avoid the most speculative areas, such as low-priced stocks, futures, options, and foreign stocks, because of their risk and volatility. With low-priced stocks, you get what you pay for. I would rather buy 50 shares of a $60 stock than 300 shares of a $10 stock. Institutional investors will put millions of dollars into the $60 stock, and most will shun low-priced issues. And as we'll discuss later on, it's the large institutions, the mutual funds, pension funds, and banks that do most of the trading in the market and really make stocks move in price. You're investing dollars. The number of shares you buy is irrelevant. You want to invest your dollars in the best companies, not the cheapest. Most of the outstanding companies you select to invest in should be between $15 and $150 a share.
How much money does it take to get started?
It takes only $500 to $1,000 to get started, and you can add to your investment account from savings from your salary. The important things are to get started and gain experience. Running a paper portfolio isn't the same thing as having your money on the line in the real battlefield of the market. There is an old trader story about a man who was going to duel. He bragged that he was an expert marksman with a pistol and could crack the stem of a wine glass at 100 yards. His companion remarked, "Yes, but can you do it with a loaded pistol pointed at your heart?" Paper trading simply doesn't let you experience the hope, fear, excitement, and greed that are injected into investment decisions when you're under real pressure with your hard-earned money on the line.
How many stocks should someone own?
If you have $5,000 or less, you should own no more than 2 stocks. If you have $10,000, 2 or 3 stocks is appropriate. With $25,000, perhaps 3 or 4. With $50,000, 4 or 5. And with $100,000 or more, you should own 5 or 6 stocks. There's no reason to own 20 or more. You simply can't know all you need to know about that many. You'll also dilute your overall results. For the individual investor, real money is made first by buying stocks of the very best companies in their fields, and then by concentrating your portfolio on a limited number and watching them carefully. I don't believe in the principle of wide diversification or trying to reduce risk by spreading your money across many stocks or many types of investments. Asset allocation will be discussed in Lesson 19.
What investing books are worthwhile?
If you're new to the market, the Investor's Business Daily Guide to the Markets is a great primer. I personally have a library of more than 2,000 books on the market, but only a few are really outstanding. Some that I read early on that helped me were Gerald Loeb's Battle for Investment Survival, Edwin Lefever's Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, and Bernard Baruch's autobiography, My Own Story. I have summed up much of what I've learned over the years in my own book, How to Make Money in Stocks.
Summary. 1. When getting started, it is important that you pick the right full-service or discount brokerage. If you use a broker, make sure he or she has a good track record. 2. As a beginner, set up a cash account, not a margin account. 3. It only takes $500 to $1,000 to get started. Experience is a great teacher. 4. Avoid more volatile types of investments such as futures, options, and foreign stocks because of their risk and volatility. 5. Concentrate on a few high-quality stocks. There's no need to own 20 or more.